Sounds good.
That's a fun single track. That one got so narrow, my front wheel almost went over that edge.
I know, I was close to a few times. That stuff is gnarly because if you make a mistake, it's bad. Oh.
Yeah, I've never been on most of this stuff back here. I kind of like it. A lot of it's nice and flowy, you know?
Yeah. A couple spots look familiar, but then it didn't.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like this right here, and it comes down from up here. It looks like that's just popping back up on this main trail right there.
Right.
So I'd say let's go down and let's go up at this way, see where it goes.
Okay.
When I was racing, there was a guy really fast on a KTM. I mean, that guy was just... So anyways, he had his coming up, and I don't know if he was a nurse or something, but anyways, he had one of these, and somehow he hooked up a little water pump to it, and just had it squirt.
You
know?
That's cool. And that's the next thing I'm going to get is a camel pack.
Yeah, like
so I don't have to take it off to drink.
Yeah, like this one's a little bit heavy, but it's just,
I like that you got the front pouches.
yeah,
I'm going to get one like that too.
Yeah, and they call this one the Knack Pack, and I got the bigger one. Like when I went to Baja, it's made by Climb too, and it's bigger. But I've only used that one once, you know. Actually twice. One time we did a overnight trip, a 2-night trip on this. I got the little Mojave bags. That's why I got this here, because they rub against the plastic and just tear it up. But I got this one called Coyote bags, a horseshoe. Man, you could put 2 sleeping bags in there, a tent, the little stove, so much stuff.
Wow.
So I had that, and then I borrowed one from my nephew. I put it on Deborah's bike, and then I took a little cooler with me. And as soon as we got close to where we're going to stay at, I got some beer and ice, put in the little cooler, and then I put the little cooler in my lap right here. Plus, we only had a few miles to go. So I put the little cooler here. It's small. It'll hold like a 6-pack, a 12-pack if you don't put ice in it. You know? And then we rode up to the campsite. Wow. And it was funny because my friends were waiting for me. They go, bring beer. I go, you guys went up there and didn't take any beer? So me and Deborah took our time. We stopped, got tacos, and got some beer.
Has she always ridden, or did she just start to ride after meeting you?
Yeah. After she met me, she started riding, and she loves it.
Not many, you don't see many women out here.
The only problem, all my friends say, oh, that's so cool, she rides. You could go ride more. I go, yeah, I could go ride more, but I got to ride at this pace instead of this pace.
Yeah.
And then every time we get to a hard hill, I take my bike up, walk down, take her bike up.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually a lot of work.
It is. I used to do that with my daughter.
Yeah.
Although my daughter was pretty good. There's a couple of rocky hills in California that, this was years ago. This was probably, I don't know, 15 years ago. No, maybe 10. Actually, let's see, she was on an 06, so yeah, 15 years ago. Anyway, as we get to the bottom, it's like, there's no way she's going to make it up that. And so I do the same thing and just walk down and take the bike up.
Yeah.
But other than like 1 or 2 hills, she was doing pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. My daughter never got into it, you know. When she was, how old was she? 7, 8 years old. The boys had dirt bikes, and I go, you want a dirt bike or a quad? She goes, I want a dirt bike. So, and the thing is that there was a 3-wheeler in the group that belonged to my cousin. She's like 40 now. And so all the kids that was their first bike, you know. So she rode that around a little bit and didn't really get into it. She goes, I want a bike. So I go, okay. So I bought an XR70. And I go, you know what? I'm going to invest in the gear now. Plus I know she's going to be crashing, you know. So I bought her helmet, boots, everything. $600 in gear. And we go out to the desert. She puts around camp a little bit, then goes up just a little ways from us. Falls down, gets off the bike, walks the camp. She said, I'm over
done.
it.
Oh my God.
Never touch the bike again.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And it was funny.
it's not fun if you're not into it. My son, he started riding when he was 7, and he rode all the way into probably 18, 19. And he was actually pretty good, but I don't think he was ever really into it. I think he was just doing it to do it with me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he had fun, but it just wasn't his thing.
Uh-huh.
And now he doesn't want to ride. I mean, if I really pushed it, he'd ride, but I don't want to do that because if he's not having fun, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
But he loves the side-by-side. So like when my son-in-law came out here, my son-in-law rode my 250 Honda, and my son rode the side-by-side in the back. And we did, obviously it wasn't 2-track. I mean, it wasn't single track.
Yeah.
But it was still fun.
Oh, yeah.
So he loves the side-by-side.
Oh, well, that's good.
But it's a lot harder to find places to ride the side-by-side, and
Yeah, yeah. That's what I like about this place here. It's just all single track, no side by side. So you don't have to worry about them coming around the corner,
yeah.
But like when we go to Crown King, you got to really pay attention on a bike because you got cars and side by sides.
Yeah, and the side-by-sides, even the cars sometimes, but the side-by-sides are a lot of the time flying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I ride my side-by-side, and I tell my kids this all the time, and I don't always abide by it, but I try to.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't see around a corner, I'm going to creep around it. I'm not going to
Yeah.
fly around it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially out here where you got to share the trail with, everybody.
Yep. Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, you just got to, that's why I don't like, well, on the side-by-side, if the trail is wide open, that's good. But I mean, if it's tight corners, you're
Yeah.
just
If
going to
it's
go
just
slow.
like wide enough for one vehicle,
Yeah.
that's why before I used to fly and not worry about side by sides and stuff. And now I worry about them too much.
You know
A
what
lot of people getting killed.
Yeah. 2 people just got killed. Well, one on a side-by-side, a woman over
you
by
heard
your
that
house.
three-wheeler. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy at the three-wheeler.
And then the
ran
three-wheeler.
into the Manzanilla.
Yeah.
Stabbed him in the neck.
Yep.
Yeah. I was
crazy.
just reading about that. Yeah. I heard about the side by side. I think it's somewhere between. Well,
They said mayor.
They say
They
mayor.
said both of them were mayor.
Oh, and then the side by side, what the lady had 2 small kids, but she wasn't buckled or
She
something.
wasn't. She didn't
flew
have.
out.
Yeah, she didn't have a helmet or a seatbelt. I mean, it's so avoidable. It's like, I don't know why people.
I mean, at least wear the seatbelt.
Yeah. Yeah, when we went on that big side-by-side ride a couple weeks ago, I have an air system in my
Oh, do you?
side-by-side. Yeah, so I use helmets with the air system, and man, it was really nice. Unfortunately, so when my wife started out with her helmet and an air system, unfortunately she gets nauseous, and especially with the helmet on, it makes it even worse. So she ended up, after a little while, she ended up taking off the helmet, and so she had to deal with all the dust and I mean, she's a trooper. She put up with it, but.
What about like an open face helmet? Just an open face?
I don't know. I mean, she's never ridden, and so it's like her first. Getting a phone call. I'm getting. It's fun to be out here riding it. It's my daughter. Hi, Courtney. Hello.
Probably can't hear you. Probably not too much reception here.
Yeah, I got 1 bar. Courtney, can you hear me? Well, if you can hear me, I'm out riding, so I can't hear you for some reason. I'll hang up and try calling her back real quick.
You know what? Text her. Text always.